What's going on, YouTube? And my Oklahoma City Thunder has been looking really fantastic this year. Man, let's talk about it. So first of all, as an Oklahoma City Thunder fan for far too long, I can't remember when I started watching the Thunder. I think it was about '09. I want to say '09. About '09. I've seen us in 2012 where we went to the NBA Finals with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant, and we lost to the Miami Heat in 5 games. I saw us in 2013, the next year when we removed James Harden, and I still felt like the team was still good because we were still sitting at the top of the West. I think we won 60 games that year, and we were looking to go back to the NBA Finals, but Russell Westbrook got injured in the first round against the Houston Rockets. I seen us in 2014 where we got to the Western Conference Finals, but ran up against the Spurs team that was a little bit too much for us to handle. On top of that, Serge Ibaka did get injured, missed like the first 2 games. It was like the first 2 games of the series, and the Spurs went ahead, decimated us, and they went to the NBA Finals. I saw us in 2016 where we went up 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors and should have closed that out in Game 6, but instead we ended up losing. In my personal opinion, I think we could have won the 2016 NBA championship. I've seen 2017 when Russell Westbrook hit the triple-double. I've seen 2018 and 2019 to where we have when we have Paul George on the roster and Carmelo Anthony for 2018, and we didn't. The expectation I had, we didn't reach at all. And then the next year in 2020, when we had Chris Paul, and we are supposed to be not doing much, right? We weren't supposed to be doing much in 2020, and then we still made the playoffs and lost in 7 games against the Houston Rockets in the first round. And then watch 21 and 22 as we bad team, a lot of injuries to the team, but just a bad team in general. Got lottery picks, and then in 2023 last year when we made the play-in, and we went ahead and beat the Pelicans in the first game and then lost to the Timberwolves in the second game, which I did say I knew we was going to lose because I felt like their bigs were a little bit too much for us to handle, and we didn't have any counters to that. And now this year has been a lot different. We have a lot of players stepping up. We had Chet Holmgren, but let's go one by one. We had Shea averaging 30 points a game again. Looks real good. Still hitting elite mid-range shooting, 3-point shooting. I don't think he takes that, man. I think he takes like 2 or 3, maybe 4 3-pointers a game. I'm not too sure how many 3-pointers a game. I don't have any stats with me. This based off the games I've seen. But he's been elite in the middle range. He's get to the rim whenever. He's still that player to where you can't speed him up as much. And he makes, he rebounds. He's playing better defense this year. So he's still showcasing that he's developing more and more on a daily basis, on a game-to-game basis too. J-Dub takes another step forward, putting up big time numbers, and he's been looking good. Chet Holmgren, as a rookie this year, because it's his first year officially playing minutes, he's been looking exactly what I thought he was going to be. Yeah, actually, even a little bit better. I wasn't expecting him to be too much, but he's actually looking a little bit better than I thought he was going to be. Rim protection, blocking shots, shooting threes, hitting some mid-range shots. Sometimes he scores, and then sometimes he's not scoring, and all of that, and he's not even getting the ball as much as possible. It's not like they running plays for him. He's just playing within the flow of our offense. And then you look at the blends. Cason Wallace has been playing pretty solid as a young rookie. We've had Isaiah Joe still hitting them threes like they come at like he should have been in the 3-point contest. We've had the pickups of Gordon Hayward has been okay at best. I'm not going to say too crazy. He was a great pickup. Mike Muscala's back on the team. Diz Mafiyambo's on the team. And all around, it's like we seem like we're pretty solid. But there's some clearing issues for my Oklahoma City Thunder this year that can determine not only a first-round exit, but also could determine whether or not we can even get to the second round in general. So the first problem I have with my Oklahoma City Thunder team is something that we did not we did not address at the trade deadline, which I didn't understand, is the rebounding problems. Outside of Chet, who I don't even think he grabs 10 rebounds a game or not. However, outside when Chet's a big body, he's going to grab rebounds when he can. But outside of Chet, everything else is get it by committee. I'm not a fan of the get it by committee because there's going to be teams that can just out rebound us in general. And I was never a fan of us. I mean, that's one of the issues I wish we would have fixed at the trade deadline was getting a rebounder, any sort of rebounder. It didn't even have to be a major rebounder. It could have been a smaller rebounder, somebody that can help rebound the ball as a big. And we did not adjust that. We got Bismack, but Mark Daigneault has not played him any crazy minutes this year. He has not played too many minutes. I think he's played maybe 10 minutes a game or something like that. Hasn't been too crazy. And then Mike Muscala, not a big body, but he's not a rebounder. He's not a crazy rebounder. He doesn't rebound the ball as much as one would think he would. So we still have a rebounding issue outside of Chet. We still have that rebounding issue. Another issue that we do have happens to be is, in my personal opinion, a second go-to scorer on the team. We don't have that. It's Shea, who's averaging 30 plus, and then it's everybody else, whether that's J-Dub one night, whether that's Luke Dort goes off, whether that's Chet going off, whether that's Zaya Joe, his crazy amount of threes or whatever shots he's making. And once again, sounds good for a young team. At the same time, for me to feel like we are legit contenders, I would like to have another go-to guy outside of Shea, another guy who's going to give you 22, 23, 24, 25 points on a consistent night. Consistently on a night-to-night basis, we know Shea's going to get his, but we don't know who's going to be that next person up. It could be J-Dub. J-Dub might chip in 18. Chet might chip in 15 or 14 or something like that. Luke Dort might get to 12. It's a we don't know type of situation. And in my personal opinion, in the NBA playoffs, when the lockdown teams get to focus on you for 7 games, if they can slow down the other players and let Shea be Shea, that's ultimately a recipe for us losing more than anything. Realistically, it's us losing in everything. And I'm just like, that's not going to work for me personally. That's not going to work for me. The next issue I have, which is one of the issues that it involves more him on the court and outside his outside stuff that happened this year, and that just happens to be Josh Giddey not taking that next step. Just focusing on the court stuff only. I'm not. We know what happened, but on the court stuff, Josh Giddey still. To me, I feel like his projection happens to be at least a 15 point per game scorer and an elite passer that he's going to rack up 10 plus assists on a night-to-night basis. And some of those assists is just because it's easy shots, it's just easy looks for him, right? That's why my projection for Josh Giddey might be an average defender at best. Average defender at best. Not a crazy defender or anything. Average better. The best playmaker on the team. And of course, an elite rebounder. He doesn't do any. He doesn't on the game to game basis. From all the games that I've personally seen from Josh Giddey this year, he still struggles with his shots. Where sometimes he gets to the paint, sometimes he dishes off, sometimes he doesn't. It seems like he doesn't want to take over the game, considering that he's 6'8". He plays the guard's position, and he acts as though he's not 6'8". He acts like he's 6'3" or something, and he acts like he can't get to the paint or something. I have no idea. It's very weird. It's kind of like it feels like it's a confidence thing. It also feels like he, for whatever reason, is holding back from his own potential. I have no idea what's the issue here. It's quite honestly, I don't know. And it's been like that. There's some games to where he's playing good basketball. He's playing really good basketball. He got 12 points. He's got 6 rebounds. He got 9 assists or something, or 8 assists or something. It's like, okay, that's the Josh Giddey that I'm projecting him to be. And then there's the rest of the games to where he has 5 points. He has a couple rebounds. He has a couple assists. and he's not getting that much minutes because he's not being aggressive. And it's like, what are you doing, Josh? What are you doing? I feel as though we got like 20 less than 20 games left in this regular season and stuff, and come to the playoffs. In the playoffs, he has to showcase a lot of things. One of the things he has to showcase is that he can hit his open threes. We're getting to a point to where teams are backing off of Josh Giddey, and it's like, try it, shoot the ball and see what happens. That's not good. That's not good, because now they're being a lot more disrespectful towards him. And if that's going to be the case in the playoffs, depending on our matchup, he's gonna play himself out of the play himself off of the playoffs. He's not gonna be on the court for too long. Then that's the case. I'm gonna take a look at my phone and actually take a look at our potential matchups. But if he's gonna be playing like that, he's not going to be on the team coming to next year. I understand he's a young player and he might get better, but at the same time, I feel like the way this team is running, the way the team is moving, he doesn't have much time before he got to go. I'm sorry, but he might have to be he needs to go off the team. And I'm fine with that. If you asked me last year or the year before him, I'm like, he'll look, yeah, no, he got crazy potential. This year, especially the year that people are developing in the way that we are our top 3 seed in the West, he's not holding up his side of the bargain. He's not holding up his side of the bargain at all. Quite honestly, let me take a look at his if I take a look at his stats this year, which, like I said, I wasn't going to try to bring in any stats because stats are stats. I don't really, I mean, it's whatever, because it's going to change on a year to year, day to day, game to game basis. So I can't just determine like, oh yeah, it's different. But this year, just this year alone, this year, he's in year 3 too. I know he's year 3, 21 years old. We expected him to get better. But this year, Josh Giddey's averaging 11 and a half points, which is down from last year and down from his rookie season. 11 and a half points, 6 rebounds, down from the past 2 seasons, 4.5 assists, which are down from his past 2 seasons. He's also shooting 45% from the field, down from last year, 33% from the 3-point line on 3 attempts, up a little bit, but not too good. And he hitting 82% of his free throws, but he's only getting to the free throw line 1.5 a game. So he's not even getting to the free throw line as much as someone his size and his ability should be able to do it. And all that just for you people who need to know the big crazy number. His true shooting is 52, pretty much 53%, which is a little bit down from last year. So there seemed like there is no development from Josh Giddey. It felt like he stayed the same, and he's staying the same course compared to everybody else who are stepping it up, pushing the needle, moving forward. So we have an issue here. We have a big issue here. So if I'm taking a look at the standings, that right now, as of this recording, we are 44-19. We're number 1. The first play-in game will be between the Kings, who is 36-26, and the Dallas Mavericks, who are 35-28. That would be the first play-in. So that team, whoever wins between those two, are going against going against the second seed. I believe the Mavericks can beat the Kings. And then you have Lakers and Warriors. I believe the Lakers can beat the Warriors. So Lakers versus the Kings in a 1-game situation. I'm taking the Lakers over the Kings in that situation. If we play against the Lakers in the first round, we're losing. We're going to lose because they got a bigger size, more veterans. They're going to play a zone pretty much. They're going to pretty much play a zone, and they're going to make it tougher on Shea more than anybody else. And because we don't have a second go-to guy, what are we going to do? What are we going to do against the Lakers? If we play against the Warriors somehow, let's say the Warriors somehow get in there, we can beat the Warriors in a 7-game series, in my personal opinion, because they're smaller. They're running small ball lineup right about now. They got, if I'm not mistaken, it's Curry. It's the rookie. I forgot his name. The last name starts with a P. I forgot how to say his name. Clay, Andrew Wiggins and Draymond. If Draymond's going to be the 5, Chet can eat Draymond up. And Draymond's a great defensive player, but there's certain players he just can't deal with on a game to game basis. And somebody as big as Chet, I think we can beat that. I think we can beat the Warriors in the 7-game series. The Mavericks definitely not. No, they tore us up as soon as they got a front court help. Just a little bit of front court help. The PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford edition, they killed us. They killed us badly. That's exactly what would happen again, in my personal opinion. Against the Kings, I think we can beat the Kings. I feel like the Kings did not get any better compared to last year. I think we can beat the Kings. We can definitely beat the Kings, in my personal opinion. So we can beat the Lakers. I mean, we lose to the Lakers and we lose to the Mavericks. Question, and that's about it. That's the main 2 teams that I worry about more than anybody else's team. So what's the goal? So last year, my goal was for us to make the play in. We accomplished that. Did not want to make the playoffs. This year it's to make the playoffs. Not only we make the playoffs, we're a top 3 seed. I didn't see us a top 3 seed. I thought it was like top 6 or something like that. Like we'll be in there, and we might be a 5th seed or something. I didn't know it was going to be top 3. Perfect. I'll take that. I'll take top 3. Depends on matchup. Depends on who we playing in the first round. We could be a first round exit, or we can be minimal a second round exit. Not conference finals. I don't see the conference finals for us. I don't see it because I just don't see it. From my personal, I just don't see that. I don't see that at all. I don't see the conference finals just yet. And the off season, well, this is what I want the Thunder to do. Sam Presti, I hope you're listening. This is all I want you to do. You got to get off of Josh Giddey. It's not gonna work. I don't think he's gonna. I think what the way this team is, I don't think his development is gonna be good enough and fast enough for us to go ahead and keep him around, especially if you're going to keep starting him. It's not going to be good enough. I think he needs the ball in his hand more often, which with Shea, that's not happening. And his lack of playmaking when he does have the ball in hand is really concerning for me. I think he needs a whole new team. So I think we need to get off of Josh Giddey and add another big that rebounds. If you want to play 5 out still, that's fine. The Laurie marketing deal was something. Walker Kessler was more of an answer I was looking forward towards, in my personal opinion. Somebody that can still protect the paint while we still run out. And I think next year, Shea, Lou Dort, J Dub, those 3. So Shea at the 1, Lou Dort at the 2, J Dub at the 3. I think that is more realistic for us moving forward. And then whoever the front court member next to Chet is, whether that's a Laurie marketing type player, whether that's I have to think about some players. I don't know who's all free agents this year. But if we can get a front court member that can that can help with the rebounding situation too, that would be ideal for next year also. And then off the bench, the development of Cason Wallace, and maybe keep Mike Muscala around for a little bit longer. Isaiah Joe, of course, we keep around. Stuff like that. A little bit stronger of a bench, but definitely we need to go look for a second go-to guy. That would be ideal. That would definitely be ideal for the Thunder. I think this year we are at best a second round exit. We're a second round exit at best. We're not a conference finals team. Second round exit at best. And that's good with me. I'll be good with that because that's development. That's very development. From the play in to a second round out will be beautiful. And then adding what we need to add to the team in the off season could make us championship contenders next year. That's my personal opinion on my Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't know, Thunder fans feel the same way. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. Hit the like, comment, subscribe. I'm getting back to these. I'm back, I guess, in videos. So I'll catch y'all on the next team.